If they're a team on the wane, I didn't see that today. I think they forgot to play their part.
I think when they look back, those are the moments that will tell us we were on it today.
When they get it right, we can say they're great, and when they don't, we can slag them off.
Should we go home now?
Let's go home.
Stadium's empty, rain is falling. Ireland have walked away with the most points they've ever scored here at the Allianz with a big win. We've got our producer Mark in the background celebrating. Stop celebrating.
Smug Mark?
Smug, very smug. Great day for Ireland. Horrible day for England. Where do we start? Do we start with the winners or do we start with England?
Winners.
Let's start with the winners.
Yeah, pick the bones out of that, son. I think Ireland were fantastic. And if they're a team on the wane, I didn't see that today. I think they forgot to play their part. I thought a couple of things that I thought I saw were that when they were defending, they were very well organised, brilliantly committed, and all the stuff you expect, but they didn't go for the England breakdown much, if at all, in the first half. So they prioritised men on their feet, which is just an interesting call because England got lots of quick ball. They almost did a lot with it, but not quite. Fluffed their lines quite a lot when they got close to the Irish try line. Not every time, but a lot. Sort of a worrying amount. So they did that, and then they started to bite at the breakdown as the second half wore on. But that was interesting. But I almost think, looking back, that almost the most impressive thing was the Irish attacking breakdown. They just blitzed people. So England barely got a sniff for the whole game. And when you think about the back row they picked, Curry, Pollock, Earl, they're all poachers, right? And actually Ireland have poachers too, but they just went at the attacking breakdown. So English lads are just getting, whacked out the way, skittled out the way, and it's very, very, but they are committing. So what's happening is you're ending up with men on the floor and you haven't won the ball. But I thought Ireland's intensity, I thought they ran backwards quicker than England did, something Brian O'Driscoll noticed and I'm copying now. I thought they ran backwards quicker than that.
He knows what he's talking about, so you can steal, it's fine.
Yeah, and I thought Jack Crowley looked really good at 10. England's set piece, well, the scrum was decent, but the line out faltered. It faltered badly. Not just at key times, but it's all key times, isn't it, in a game like this? So you want to get off to a good start, and you don't. And Ireland still had to go and do the job and punish, but I thought they did a brilliant job, super intense, accurate, ambitious. I thought they were great.
Yeah, they were brilliant. And it's funny, you mentioned the attacking breakdown. It's almost like the things that won't make the highlights reel are the things that allowed them to score 42 points. So both sides of the ball. I mean, you said intent. You remember Andy Farrell after France saying, intent was lacking. And then speaking to him after the game, he looked like he was playing every time the camera cut to him, banging the table, he was up, fist in the air, and actually enjoying those moments. There was the last-ditch tackle here. Marcus Smith got an intercept. He had 4 of them chasing him down. McCluskey got him in the end. There was one in the far corner, Balogun on Tommy Freeman. Balogun, the opposite winger, getting to Freeman, stopping him scoring. So I think when they look back, those are the moments that will tell us we were on it today. We were really on it, and for what everybody said about an aging squad, evolving squad, when we needed a performance, we got it. And they're going to enjoy this one. They got an extra week off as well, so a couple of Guinnesses, regroup and go again, because they are in with a shout at the title. Obviously, you know France are there, looming large at the top of the table, but what a difference a couple of weeks makes.
Long time in sport, Tops.
Long time in sport.
England, please. Can you tell us what you think about England, please? I just want you to go first.
Yes. England, concerning, because 2 weeks in a row now, they didn't get the start they wanted, and sometimes it's down to what the opposition do. Other times it's we gave away a scrum free kick, our line-out didn't function. I think 3 out of the first 4 definitely weren't good. You give the opposition the ball, you give them momentum, and then when it's your turn to attack, you aren't quite on it. So actually, again, for the 3rd week running, they got into the 22 more times than the opposition, and you look at the scoreboard. So what's happening there? And actually, your point about Ireland's defence, Ireland were very good at selecting when to attack the breakdown and when to leave it alone. England didn't have the answers to what Ireland were doing defensively. So they end up forcing a pass into traffic, that gets knocked on, forcing a kick that's not on. I think they kicked one away early doors that they shouldn't have. George Ford, wonderful player, missed 2 kicks at touch in the 22 in the first quarter. So stuff like that just builds and builds. And where England have been good in the 12-game winning run is that they've normally won those opening exchanges. Their kick, chase, on-the-floor game has been good. But when it doesn't work, do you have an answer? Now, harsh, not harsh. They hooked Cowan Dickey. They hooked Freddie Stewart. So you think bold calls, let's try and change it. But still wasn't quite enough. So maybe this break has come a week too late. They might have liked it this week just to regroup and get back on track. Not a bad team after 2 games, but if this goes into Italy, then it's a real concern.
Yeah, the Italy match suddenly, it was interesting anyway because Italy are playing so well, but they so nearly beat Ireland, by the way, in Ireland.
Yep.
The team that just did that to England. So that proper side, and we know all that, it's suddenly got a lot more interesting. And one thing about George Ford missing touch a couple of times, I love what Henry Slade does with those touch finders, and I think when someone does it and really goes for it with proper ambition and nails it like Henry Slade does, probably better than anybody, certainly in the Northern Hemisphere, nails it, because there's such a difference between being 5 metres out and 10 or 12 metres out, such a difference. I think when someone misses one because they're going for it, I feel disinclined to have a pop at them. So I think you're out of order. You're bang out of order,
I'm
mate.
not. You know why? Because George would say the same thing. He knows the difference between it being 10 metres out and 5 metres out. So you want your 10s to go for it, but live by the sword, die by the sword. If it doesn't come off when you are desperate for momentum, I mean, the crowd, whether it's the English or the Irish, you don't know, but the ironic cheers now every time he nailed a kick to touch, you're like, actually, he needs more confidence through this now. As good as he is, you miss one, it plays on your mind. The next one he kicked, you said it in commentary, wasn't as far as you'd want him to go for it. And when you're desperate for something positive, it just all adds up.
Yeah, and the thing about being a pundit and an ex-player is when they get it right, we can say they're great, and when they don't, we can slag them off.
We can, but I think...
That's your approach, not mine.
I think we are kinder than they will be.
Yeah,
that video review on the Monday, as you would hope, as you would expect, there's no hiding place. It's there in Ultra HD for all the millions to see, so interesting week for a couple of weeks for England coming up.
Yeah, I thought one of the key differences as well, before we finish, was that Stuart McCluskey, I thought, was a real physical force in midfield.
Yes,
and
a bone to pick with you.
Not player of the match. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? He made his best carry of the game just after I'd given it to Jamison Gibson Park. And I thought,
because he heard and he said, what? He did that, and then he wanted you to change your mind, and it was too late.
I think Jamison Gibson Park ran the game beautifully. He was responsible for a lot of tempo off the back of some great breakdown work. Yes, McCluskey put Ireland on the front foot a good handful of times, but I think every time Ireland are on the front foot, Jamison Gibson Park's making good decisions. So I think he had more impact on the game than McCluskey. I'm trying to defend myself. Stop it.
It's too late. They won't buy it. So last week, Scotland were going to win the Six Nations. I think as it stands, they might be losing to Wales.
At the time of filming, they are losing to Wales.
But this week, if not for France, Ireland are going to win the Six Nations.
Yeah, or South Africa.
No, let's not go there.
Let's not. Not
yet.
yet.
But yeah,
Not yet.
should we go home now?
Let's go home.
See you later.